Hello and welcome to this Tarot and Oracle pick a card reading. Today we are talking about the journey from financial stress to financial abundance and where you might find yourself on that journey. We have three crystals with us today: the rose quartz, the small purple amethyst, and the large purple amethyst. If you'd like to, you can choose your card depending on those three crystals. The first card is the full moon in Aquarius in reverse, the pink quartz, the full moon in Leo in reverse, the small purple amethyst, and the new moon in Capricorn in reverse with the large amethyst. So go ahead and choose your pile. I'll see you in your piles section. Feel free to fast forward to your pile. And remember, you can choose more than one. Welcome pile number 1 to your collection. First of all, we have the full moon in Aquarius card. That is reverse position, and it says, show the world real you. So let's go ahead and take a look at your tarot cards so we can get a fuller picture of what has been going on for you energetically. Pile number 1. Each of them showed up for you today when I pulled them out. You've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Strength in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Magician in reverse. And the Justice card is in its upright position. So it's like your spirit guides are screaming right now to let you know that things are out of balance and that in the middle of a transition, and that things are not going to be very calm for you right now. Just you should pay attention to those emotions. And in fact, Spirit is really applauding you for having paid attention to those emotions. You've got the Queen of Cups in the upright position. He says to us, pay attention to that feeling, those emotions that come up. That emotional energy is so powerful. And it's very interesting because you've got this card here, which doesn't really have a name. It's part of my Centennial deck, but I like to use it anyway. I find it really beautiful. And it depicts a funeral. And you've also got the Return to Source card in reverse. Return to Source card is talking about a sort of spiritual death, so to speak. It's when things are dying off and new things are growing in its space. Letting go allows me to begin anew. And completions and endings hold a unique energy. As the final stage in the never-ending cycle of life, death is the last letting go of a life experience. This is the process that brings any creative endeavor to a close. And the question that they ask in the guidebook is, what in my life am I no longer inspired by, but continue to put my time and effort towards? It's come in its reverse position, so it kind of makes me think that this stage isn't over for you, that you're putting a lot of time and energy into something, and even though it's not exactly attractive to you, you'd rather be doing other things that are more exciting. You know the value of all that hard work that you're putting into it, and so you continue to do it. The thing that they're asking for here is that you're spending equal amounts of time doing as being. So all of that yang energy, you're also doing yin energy. So basically, for all of the time and effort that you're putting into increasing your income, let's putting equal amounts of time and effort into hair masks and jogging and cuddle time with your little kid, and need to balance those parts of you. The Lovers card, the Strength card, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Magician, even the Four of Pentacles, all are saying the same exact message. And so many cards in reverse here. that like your spirit guides are like really trying to get a message across to you. And that is your strength is waning and your spark is waning because you're so wrapped up in this sense of when am I going to earn money? When is it going to come in? And the last card that we have pulled for this is the trust card, which is so lovely to me because it really brings in full circle the fact that you're in a new moon state. When the full moon comes in upside down, that's our new moon stage. And the stage in which Scorpio is really powerful because Scorpio rules death. Scorpio rules the ending of certain energies and situations. And so you're in like darkest part of this cycle at this moment. So it may not seem like you're ever going to get money in again, or it might be coming in very slowly. And it was like, this is just impossible. And you're never going to be able to reach financial wealth, financial health, financial abundance. I'm going to be stuck in this never ending cycle of just being able to survive financially. The universe is really talking about trusting in it more often. It's about building that trust, and the universe is begging you to be like, I think you know that you can trust me. And all of this work is like your way of saying that you don't trust me. But I think I've proven it to you by now. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. This is a number 3. And it's talking about the universe being, okay, yeah, we've got another 3 here. And some 4s and 6s and 9s. Okay, 11, 2, yeah, 1. Lots of 1s. So it's telling you you're not at the very beginning anymore. Okay. You're not even at step number 2. Closer to step number 3. Universe is always a couple of steps ahead of you, and that Arden suggests there might be a place where we can meet nature halfway. Michael Pollan. Very cool. And very funny that his name is Michael Pollan, even though it's spelled differently. Looks like pollen. Bee pollen. The basil plant. And basil, as the guidebook says, and I quote, basil will indicate energy surrounding trust and the workings of relationships. Consideration and putting more into gaining harmonious ground are required. And although this does include romance, basil is referring to any relationship or connection. Education and travel are areas that are shining with positive vibes at the moment. But be wary of being in situations or relationships that you know are good for you. The uses are good luck, love, prosperity, reconciliation, and success. Ladies are Ine, Aradia, Eris, Erzuli, Jupiter, Krishna, Loki, Mars, Seth, and Vishnu. And celestial is Mars, the planet first. And the astrological sign is Scorpio. To give you guys ideas about how to get the money energy moving again. And trust spell can be done a lot of different ways. But let's say that you want to put just a little bit of trust in the universe. So what you can do is take some coins and bury them in the earth, as this is one of the ways of showing the universe and Mother Earth that you're trusting them with your financial situation and just be and safe and abundant. Another thing that you should note is that you can cook with basil over the next few days. And they're going to be really powerful, especially for you to know that when you're stirring in clockwise, that's inviting something in. When you're stirring counterclockwise, that's pushing some energy out. So we want to be bringing in energy of balance. We want to be bringing in the energy of emotional balance as well. And we want to be just pushing out that stop energy in order to get what I want energy. It's like trust a little bit more. Self-care is called for at this time. So make yourself some pesto or put some basil in your next meal. And as you're stirring it in, stirring the energy of justice and emotional balance. And as you're stirring out, stir out the emotional sacrifice. Some time for yourself. All right. Thank you so much, pile number 1. And remember that if you would like to find out more about any of these decks, you can check the show notes located in my profile or in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hello, pile number 2. Reminder, you have chosen the small purple amethyst and the full moon in Leo in the reverse position. Very nice choice. Let's go ahead and pull your oracle cards, and then we'll go ahead with your tarot cards. We'll try to figure out what part of the cycle of money you're in at the moment and what we can do to get the energy moving in the direction you would like it to be moving in. There you are. You have the purification card, which is the Snapdragon, number 41, which is a 5 in numerology, and the Mother card in its reverse position, which is also a 5 numerology. And we talk about the tarot. We talk about number 5 being one of the most difficult parts of the cycle. It's when things maybe don't seem like they're going to work out, or you're feeling really at the very low point of the situation, wondering what the universe can offer you. Interesting. 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 5 of Cups. The Chariot has come through as well. Well, the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Very interesting spread. Temperance in reverse, King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. Very good. So off the bat, we see a lot of swords. It's like to make a decision. Owning a loss of something that was really precious to us and not really pay attention to what we still have, as the 5 of Cups really does. It's about an emotional hit, like we took really below and, feeling emotionally out of balance. Pile number 2. We also feel like we're constantly fighting all over this reading. There are so many 5s, literally like 1, 2, 3, 4 5s. And a lot of 4s as well. So we've got the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, there's 2 4s, and the 7 and 8s, and a lot of 1s as well. And I is really ruling this as well. So this whole spread as well as Leo. And Gemini and Leo are such an interesting combination because the social aspect of things, the communication aspect of things, is really put together in a way that we're not exactly used to seeing. The Gemini-Leo connection is like no other. The Leo really needs him, the Gemini, and the Gemini knows how to breathe life into the Leo. And so it's about honoring both aspects of that relationship within yourself. Where are you giving yourself the excitement and the, to continue moving forward when you're really in the headspace of somebody who has lost something very dear to you, maybe even financially or physically speaking, like a home, like an income source, like something to that effect. And you just don't know which way things are going to go. You can see that in the 8 of Swords. Your eyes are bound, your arms are bound, and just surrounded in this sort of makeshift jail. We don't know who put you there. We don't know if it was somebody else or if it was you. But it does seem to be a sense of pandemonium and chaos in your job or your business or a job. It seems like there's some pandemonium going on and you're trying to figure out mentally what you should be doing next. It's like your source of income has changed and it's taking a toll on you emotionally. And you are not mothering yourself as much as you should be. you need to look at yourself as if you were your own mother and nurture yourself in a fully actualized and loving mother would. So more about the archetype of the mother. Lacey Phillips from To Be Magnetic calls it the ideal mother. I can't remember what she calls it, but it's like you take the archetype of the mother and the ideal person who you would imagine could be taking care of you through this difficult situation, and ask yourself constantly, what would they do? What would she do? How would she support me right now? What would she tell me to do? Would she tell me to keep working? Would she tell me to take a break? And my guess is that she would tell you to take a break. And she would also tell you to keep working. Strangely enough, the Chariot and the Ace of Wands are here as well. So despite all of this going on, you haven't given up. You haven't stopped working. And it is recognizing that difficult decision and that the energy that goes into that. And they're saying, good job, they're you on the back. That is a good move to keep going. Do not have to be completely stabilized or completely not moving in this situation. Like, you did get a little bit of the scares, and when you got the scares, it's like you froze up. Things are thawing out, and it's a positive change for you, even though it doesn't feel like it's okay. Positive change for you, and it's going to take your wagon in new directions, energetically speaking. Let it go. It's not going to change, and that's okay. We don't need it to. We just need to focus on you and regaining that sense of empowerment that you have cultivated over the last several years, and understanding and a self-trust that comes along with this. So this comes from the guidebook. It says, "Let us give nature a chance. She knows her business better than we do," by Michel Equiem de Montagne. Purification spell. Create a tiny talisman to cleanse your aura and increase your perception. Place 3 dried snapdragon flowers and air dry clay upon wax paper, blah, 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 to create a talisman. You can do this in any way. A talisman is a small thing that you can carry around with you, or put it around your neck, carry it in your pocket. And just a reminder, a word, or a phrase, or some kind of crystal or something that reminds you to keep going with the let go of this past situation. It's over. It's not going to be working any longer. And you're moving your energy in a new direction. It's a positive direction, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Remember, you still have a lot in your energy field, and you worked hard to get here. So don't cry over spilt milk, even if it was a lot of milk. Thank you so much, pile number 2. If you would like a further and more in-depth reading, then I would highly recommend that you send me a private message, and I can help you decide a kind of support and how to move forward with that. Please do send me a message or check out the links that are in the description or the show notes of this episode. And I will see you in pile number 3. Bye. Oh, pile 3. Welcome. I am very excited to get started on your reading today. The card that is guiding this reading today is the New Moon in Capricorn card, which says your hard work is off. You've also got the Ovaries card and the Passion card from the Oracle decks. Let's go ahead and shuffle the tarot deck and figure out what tarot cards are coming through for you today. Interesting. Okay, the same energies as pile number 2. So if you haven't already listened to pile number 2, you may find that there is some message waiting there for you as well, because you got a lot of the same cards in. You may want to go to it again. Guiding card says your hard work is paying off, but it's the new moon phase and a lot of good energy, as we've got the Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the Chariot, and the 5 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. So let's talk about what all of these mean. spread to me about a new lease on life. The ovaries card here talking about the place in which new life begins and moves into like the creation of the eggs, which lead to their descent uterus for possible fertilization. We've also got the beetroot in, and this is a Leo card, but strikingly, the ovaries card looks a lot like the Aries symbol. And so that's exactly what I thought of the beginning of a journey. And the passion feeling is connected to Leo here on this card, but it reminds me very much of Aries energy as well, because Aries people are the type of people to find a passion and really just go for it throughout their lifetime to the point of not even really entertaining other situations or other people. Like, minds are so singular and so focused on the here and now. And the here and now is just about bringing that sense of pleasure back to their lives. And this is something that Aries do very, very well. This is the insane amount of focus on the thing that they like doing and creation and passion. So this pile number 3 is very powerful. You've also got the purple amethyst card. So if you do end up listening to the previous number 2 reading, you'll know that that started out with a purple amethyst, but it was a smaller version. So now it's as if those energies are really ramping up. You're in a position of creation, of new life being born from who you are and what you do in your body and the connection between your body and your soul. And you're following your passion, and what you're doing is very cool. It is. It can keep going. It's very cool. And it's what makes you special and unique. And you don't have to do anything else with your life. You don't have to go get a job. Unless, of course, you fundamentally need bills paid. And then in that case, yes, go get a job. But if you're at the place where a lot of your bills are covered and you're trying to choose between continuing with your passion and going back to a job that seems like it might be easier, this is spirit reminding you that the job route is not necessarily easier. Just because somebody else is taking care of the finances and telling you what to do does not mean that it's an easier route. Sometimes it can feel like it, but the stress comes in all ways. So if the stress of running a business or being an entrepreneur for you right now is overwhelming, or you're worried about how much stressful it would be to continue going after your passion, wants you to remember that having a job is not necessarily easier. Somebody else takes charge of the finances and makes sure that you're paid. And that is a huge relief in and of itself. In the end, other different things are going to stress you. It's going to be your coworkers. It's going to be the demands of interviewing. It's going to be the demands of getting the job. It's going to be the demands of setting up new email accounts with the company and setting up all the things that you need to set up. And if you're in a job right now and you're thinking about changing things or wanting to go off into the unknown and follow your passions and become more with your life's purpose, and I would highly recommend that you do that. The Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot are here, and just you're not sure how, as indicated with the 8 of Swords, doesn't mean that you won't be able to. You have infinite capabilities for your creation, following your passion, and time of deliberation, as is indicated with the 4 of Cups in reverse, is over. That energy is no longer necessary on this path. No longer necessary. What is necessary at this time is a focus toward the future of who you want to be and what you want to do. It's not a small feat, and it's something very important. Very important. And if you think that you are the boat close enough to the dock to jump into it without drowning yourself, then you should do it. And what do I mean by that? An old analogy that a financial advisor that I used to listen to and no longer listen to, but this specific piece of advice is pretty handy in most cases. And that is, if you're wanting to make the leap from being employed by another person to being self-employed, following your life's purpose, starting a business, and it's as if you are standing on a dock and you to get into a boat and drive away into the sunset of having your own business and being self-employed. But if you're on the dock and the boat is still very far away, you may go through a lot of difficulty to even drown. You may have to put a lot of effort and swim really far and really hard in order to that boat of being self-employed to bring the boat closer to you. And if you do that, you'll be able to into it a lot easier. And it's like making sure that you have your essentials covered if you're going to take the leap into building your own business. And to have your own business, maybe have some passive income streams that are already working for you when you take the leap into doing more service-based work to increase your income. Or you feel like, okay, I have a life jacket on to get to my boat and the water's not that deep, so wade through it and I don't have to swim. When you're at that position, this is when you take that strategic toward really self-actualizing and creating your dreams and their life purpose or reality in this lifetime. Feeling like that's impossible and that's so far away. It's just the time, and I know that because it can be frustrating. I've been through it myself, right? And there's not much I can say except for patience, and also you can start taking action whenever you want. You can start taking action right away. An addiction to gardening is not bad when you consider all the other choices in life. Cora Lee Bell. My book, it says, look at the core of what usually motivates you for direction and a lifting of negative energies because a focus on self-love and developing a better understanding is needed. Beetroot supports your heart chakra and will show you that new projects, personal goals, and emotional healing are all in positive light, a chance for success. And a small, easy to do that you can energy moving is to honor your name and the object of what you desire to experience on. And you can use a beetroot. You can use any red juice and that piece of paper around a twig from the garden. Get red and throw it into the fire and let it burn. Another very easy way to do this is just to light a candle and say the intention of what you want, or light an incense stick and say the intention of what you want. Okay, coil number 3, I am so overjoyed to have been able to do this reading for you today. So if you would like more help on this journey, please send me a private message. I'd be happy to talk to you about this kind of work that I do and how I could support you. And know where the private messages are, feel free to just leave a comment and look for my link in the show notes, because in space you will find the link to send me a message. Also, just click on my link tree. There's an option to send me a message. So much, and I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you listening, and I appreciate everything. Please let us know what pile you chose by putting it in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.